All right, well, I just got back from the hydraulic shop. Got me some lines, got me some fittings. Actually, a couple of these fittings are stock. Try to keep a little bit of something here. This one's for the mulcher, little 3/8 for my case drain. This obviously doesn't need a case drain, but zip ties. These are BSP fittings. That's a BSP. Anything you get from Italy, a lot of the stuff like on my Yanmar, it's all BSP from Japan and whatnot. I think we're the last of anybody using SAE stuff. Seems like everybody else is Imperial. So, let's see. Just trying to figure out where. I think it's for a lot of you. Always change it, of course. You don't want to over tighten BSPs. You can crack the inside of the fitting. Okay. And I just put them both. I put them both in this sleeve. I didn't want them in separate sleeves. I don't know. Sometimes it seems like it's great, but I figured this way it'll just keep them that much neater. Put some Teflon tape on it. I just got 3/4 inch MPT on the end. Those fittings are about the cheapest. I just put that Teflon tape on the wrong direction. No, I did. Did I not? Yeah, put it on the wrong direction. Rookie. It'll be all right. And take your pick on which one to put on where. That's O-ring, boss. I mean, it's just one I had here. I didn't realize, I mean, I bought another one, thank goodness. Yep, that's the right one. There is a difference. O-ring, boss is straight cut, and see how it's got a pocket there? I don't know why. I don't know why I have Teflon tape in there. But O-ring, boss is a straight cut fitting because it relies on the O-ring to seal it, and I just got regular 3/4 MPT, which are a tapered thread, so it'll run down to a certain point and seat. Tighten these up. May have a little too much girding on there, but we can scrunch it up. We can scrunch it up. We got the technology. This one opens up wider. Ready? There we go. The thought was have it like that. It should have enough to where I can roll this all the way to the ground and it will not rip the line out, because these lines will spin on here. I had a BSP65-3. Figured I'd check and see if I like 45. Second. I need to cut that plastic off of the cylinder. I meant to do that earlier and I did not. It's a little protected. And when you do this, try not to run that on that cylinder rod. You don't want to score that finish. It shouldn't, but just be cautious. All right, now let's see. so here's something that somebody would definitely probably do with this. So this tree, this is my property. This is my property. Well, the old guy over here, he doesn't have anybody to help him do nothing, and he doesn't maintain a whole lot. He got a donkey over here. It's Molly the donkey. But so these trees, I just trimmed them the other day. I didn't know I was getting this, so if I did, I would have waited. But maybe somebody would use this to trim trees and to hold the branch and to pull it out. So you know what, let's trim a couple more of these. This is hedge. That's probably, oh, a 3 or 4 inch. That's probably a solid 4 inch. That one's probably 3 inch out here on the end. But I'll see how far I can grab it over there. We'll see what we can do. So let's get you, I'm afraid I'm gonna lose my GoPro. Let's get you work down here to where maybe you can see the action. Actually, let's get you back here. Hang on. This magnet, whew, I know, I told you before, magnet's really strong. All right, let's see what we can do, because this is definitely something you guys would do. Something I would do. Kind of a size comparison here. So to me, so I've had a shear, I've had, you know, the little, well, I guess it doesn't do this, it does this. I'm trying to move one finger, I can't. It does, you know what I'm talking about. It's got one knife that does this. Sorry, I got a head cold. My wife stole my covers, and either that or my dog did. But anyways, we just created shade for ourselves. Because there's our 65. I know stickers done got blown off with a power washer. But this is the OMEF. I don't know how to say it. The BI300. And I think I need to talk to him. He's at the Distributorship. And this is Fern Tree. Thank you again, Fern Tree. There's their website and phone number. And I'll also put their information down in comments. But they got this out to us to have us try it. Well, with the little, we're just gonna call it pincher style or knife style. When you shear something, it falls typically, you know, whichever direction your deal's going. I think mine always fell to the right. So that's okay. But then when you go to grab it, you gotta like try to sink the knife halfway in or something. You go to pick it up, you gotta curl it back on the machine. It's kind of a pain. And in half the time, the dang thing like slips out, and it just ain't worth a darn. Well, I never thought about being able to shear it and hold it. You always see them real big expensive things with like the grapple, and then it's got like the pincher shear on the bottom. Well, this is like the best of both worlds. I mean, at least to me. So let's back up here, and you can see, look how tall that hedge branch is. And that's hedge, guys. I'll walk up there and I'll put my hand on it. Hang on, back, now I'm to my fence. There we go, we can get it all in the picture. There's a 65, and it, I mean, that's not huge. That's the size of a, oh, what is this? Well, that's actually about a 6-inch caliper. That's a 6-inch caliper right there. I mean, here's my hand, you know? I mean, that's a 6-inch caliper, easy. Anyways, it sheared it really without any problems, and I kind of had to shear it kind of at a weird angle. I couldn't get it all the way in the pocket. I had to shear it kind of in a weird angle because obviously, you know, I can't rotate it all the way up to where it's straight up and down. But if you need to clear a fence line, you know, say you got a fence line like this, like I do, and see how old boys, all his stuff's growing over. Well, the other day, that's what all that other stuff is. The other day I pulled some stumps and whatever else, but I trimmed all the stuff, kept hitting me in the face. I couldn't get under it to mow it. So if you're trimming up your fence line, or say you're trying to push back your fields and whatnot, you could shear it, and you don't have to go back around with a set of forks. You can just run this thing right to your burn pile like what I'm doing. That's handy. I mean, I know for a fact the little, you know, blade style, pincher style, whatever you want to call it. I know there's both, but I always call it pincher style because it pinches it. And I don't know what to call this. Awesome. Anyways, but I'd call this a grapple style, I guess, because it grapples it and pulls it into the blade. Being able to hold it, I never would have thought. I thought maybe that was kind of a gimmicky thing. And just those couple I did, I could shear it. It didn't fall on the machine, you know, because when you're shearing it, if you're shearing up high, it's not going to fall to your right. Obviously, it's going to fall on you. Well, it didn't fall on my machine because it kept a hold of it. So that's something else to think about. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to get it. I've got a couple jobs that I can take it on. We'll have to take it on a couple jobs, but now I'm kind of intrigued. And this is actually made for an excavator. This one is for a, I may be wrong, but I think it's for an 8 to 18 ton excavator. So a fairly good size excavator. Great idea to put it on a skid loader. That way you've got your 12-inch capacity, 12-inch soft, 11-inch hardwood, and this is a very hard wood, guys. Hedge is the toughest we got. When this thing dries out, it's like concrete, but it is tough. It is the hardest tree we've got in Kansas. I mean, we've got other hardwoods, but hedge is the toughest, and it grows gnarly. I mean, a lot of them grow horribly gnarly. But anyways, I definitely like this because I'm thinking about it, and there was a lot of times when I was using my other style, pinch or whatever you want to call it, and I never did want a shear above me. And that's why I thought, you know what, maybe I'll get a shear for my excavator. And I bought one. It is a pinch style. Both blades move, and I made it fit my 35 John Deere, you know, long time ago, and it worked okay, but you still couldn't get like right in the right spot. I wanted it to be able to rotate all the way around and all that, and I believe they may actually have one that rotates all the way around, because you know if you rotate 90 or you rotate 90 back this way, if you're flat, or 90 degrees from flat straight up and down, you never can get the right angle on it. There's never the right angle. If you could have a variable angle, maybe even all the way up to 90, but get somewhere, you know, get something to where it's kind of variable. I mean, I guess some of them do have hydraulics on them to where you can hydraulically do it, but not on an excavator. Anyways, But there's our second, I guess we could call that our second shear. That's kind of cool. I could definitely see if you do land clearing, I mean, maybe comment if you guys do land clearing and some reason watch my channel. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe while we're talking about that. If you guys would like and subscribe, it would do a lot for my channel. Hit the notification button, and in that way, whenever I get a new video up, you guys will get the new video. You'll get a notification. You can watch my new video. Hopefully you enjoy them. I enjoy making them, so I hope you guys really enjoy watching them. But anyways, maybe shoot me some comments. So if you guys use a shear all the time, tell me if you think this would be beneficial, being able to hold the material, or if you'd rather just shear them down and have to deal with it. But my thought is, what the amount of shearing I've done, which I've got, you know, probably 2 or 3 years in it, it was always a pain. You're always having to move the material or have a second machine there, like an excavator. If you'd go through and shear it, you know, with the skid loader, it's falling to the right, so you're filling everything. So you start over here and fall to the right, and then you just work your way to the left so you can just fall all your trees. Well, then you got to go in and move them around. I would think that this would be beneficial. You could run in, if you're pushing the field back, you know, say this is our field, you could go up there and you could go to your tree line and you could snap it, you could turn around, you could run it to your burn pile, and then you could just continue pushing that field back. And then with the ability, I think, with the ability to shear closer to the ground, you could probably have less stump than what you normally do. I'm sure there'll be a little bit of technique trying to do that, but the way it's made, I'm kind of wondering if I could shove this outside part of the blade in maybe and get it tucked in and start to shear it, and then work around it and shear, you know, shear the tree like at grade or below grade. That'd be nice, because normally you're leaving, God, a pain in the butt little stump. I mean, anyways, there's the OMEF, the BI300 on a skid steer.